Well, we're back. Coming to you here from the Priory of the Phoenix, part of the Cosmic Portal. But we love our Priory. Okay, so y'all see the hats we got on. They all come from a very special person over at Three Luchadors. Give our boy Rodney a shout out real quick. And you see the t-shirts, those come from us. Y'all can get with us on some designs that we have in shop. Now, reason we are coming to you and I'm all glistening because I just stopped a home renovation project because this is kind of important here. Calvis hit me up and said, "Bro, you gotta watch this interview with George Lucas." Now, I know there's a lot of people right now that are mad at Grandpa George because they think he sold out. I implore you to listen to this entire because it goes into great detail. And we're going to hit on some of it, but and where are my manners? Obviously, y'all know my deputy is always with me, Mr. Calvis Rand, my brother, the light that keeps me from going in the dark.
Uh, I'm I you know I'm on the internet a lot because I do all our legwork for media stuff. So I'm here a lot doing all this and researching and trying to get the right information so everybody can get an unbiased opinion. What I've noticed is that already people's minds are made up on certain things. Um, like the acolyte. I know it's a little distasteful because of the facts that, what the stars are coming out saying, what the director and I guess creator of the Acolyte is saying.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot. A lot of people won't give it a chance just because of what these people are saying. You and I have no choice but to watch at least the first 2 to 3 episodes before we say, no, I can't do this anymore, or okay, hey guys, this is a show. We did it for Andor, we do it for everything, because before we report on it, we have to see it. You can't sit here and say the Acolyte is crap without seeing it. You can say, I saw the trailer, it didn't look like it impressed me enough to watch it, and that's fine. But beyond that, your opinion doesn't matter because you haven't seen it. With that being said, this interview, he's done several interviews, and then he was at Cannes. Francis Ford Coppola gave him an award. Now, him and Francis Ford Coppola are great friends, just like Steven Spielberg, for those of you who did not know. And Coppola gave him his first little break, actually. Gave George his first little break. So I'm listening to all these people, and I mean, oh my God. The only thing that I like to say, like, Doomcock was right. Well, Doomcock also has a very right wing opinion on a lot of things. And if it doesn't fit that narrative, it's all shit. Everything is shit. You know what I mean? So I got to displace him. WD 40, not WD 40, WD Pro. Sometimes he has a balanced opinion, but it also leans towards that, they're taking out a certain demographic of people. If you can just see what these demographic of people are taking out, basically white men. And I get it. I've always said this. Right now, it sucks to be white and have a penis because they come at you. I get it. I get it. I get it. But on that same token, it sucks to be a black male actor because now they're making you gay or super nerdy where you can't defend yourself. So I get the two sides of the coin. But with this interview, everybody came out and they're like, George Lucas said that they didn't understand Star Wars, and that means Dave Filoni doesn't understand Star Wars. No, that's not what he said. He said when he bought it, when he sold it, they took it in another direction. That does not mean, and when he said it, he said that they seemed to lost some of his ideals of what Star Wars was. You can't put that all on Dave Filoni. And that comes from Echo Base, who kept saying, that's what he's saying. He's saying, no, he's not saying that. People love to put words in other people's mouths. And I noticed that if you don't talk shit about Star Wars, you don't have a great content count. And I think that's sad. You guys know we don't get paid for this, so we say pretty much what we want, how we want. Sometimes I have to mute the car.
What are you talking
about? I mean, this is crazy. And here's the thing. And I know a lot of these bigger streamers, they get paid for their likes. So they're going to say whatever they have to say to keep those likes coming in, to keep those, subscriptions high. Here, I don't care because I don't get paid for this. And even if I did get paid for this, I know it's my job, but it's not my job to sit here and shit on something that I've been in love with since I was 7. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I may not like some of the things that comes out of it, but there's always some type of redeeming quality in something. I didn't care for Andor, but I love Mon Mothma in Andor. I love Luther in Andor. I don't understand why they didn't just call it, the beginning of the rebellion or something like that, or the rebellion. That would have been a lot better than calling it the main title of a guy that I no longer care about. I don't think anybody does. And you gave us all these other secondary characters that are much more interesting than the name of the show. That doesn't make any sense. Obi-Wan, the fight scene with Vader and Obi-Wan, loved it. Seeing Qui-Gon at the end, loved it. Reva, this character makes no sense.
Yeah.
This character makes no sense.
Yep.
But there's always something good that you can take out of the bad of these situations. Now, there is a fan cut of Obi-Wan. I'm pretty sure they've taken it off the net. I do have that copy. And every now and then, we all get together and we watch that copy, offline, of course. But it is so perfect. This thing goes straight into it. It gets rid of all the nonsense. When Reva gets stabbed, she stays dead. She doesn't come back. There's none of that nonsense. It's perfect. It's not because she's a black actress. It's just because the character makes no sense in this whole thing. This character makes no sense. You're trying to shoehorn something that doesn't fit into a storyline. So, back to this. That's my little rant on that. But back to this. Content-wise, guys, we need you guys to be a little bit more conscious of who you're listening to and why. Because a lot of these streamers, again, they just want to shit on Star Wars. And I get it. Believe me, I get it. There's not a lot of great content. Season 3 of The Mandalorian really hurt. You guys know this. We are Mandalorian fans. That episode with Lizzo, trash. I would love for somebody to take the Mandalorian season 3 and make it into one big 3-hour movie, because you can do it. Because most of that was trash. Most of these episodes were just trash. I'm sorry. And this is coming from a Mandalorian fan, and I get it. But the way it ended was enough for me to say, if you leave it there and don't touch it, I'm fine. I will deal with Lizzo and Jack Black and you guys cutting into my episode about the prison dude with the dark side cookies things. I'll forgive all that. Just leave it alone. So here we are with George Lucas accepting his award, and he's talking about what would have done with the sequel trilogy. Apparently, Darth Maul was supposed to be there. Darth Talon was supposed to be there. A lot of people are coming at him with the. I love this part. Well, Star Wars ain't nothing but a bunch of white men, and it was made in 1977. And now you're trying to put real world politics on a film that was in 1977. I don't see you guys doing that with The Birth of a Nation. Where's the criticism with The Birth of a Nation? Where's the criticism with most of the films that came out between then and now? But you guys want to harp on Star Wars. So my advice is stop it. Stop being a baby. Grow a pair and stop being a baby. This stuff of comparing this to this and saying that it is what it is. You're trying to take a movie genre and then go, well, it's all about this, it's all about that. There were aliens in there. Nobody said anything about that. Now, the only thing that kind of made me upset was Chewbacca did not get his medal. And then they explained it in a book that his medal got lost. Okay.
Don't mess with my Chewie.
Oh, it gets worse. Why does Rey get a hug and Chewbacca doesn't from Princess Leia?
Right?
But I don't hear you guys complaining about that. I don't hear you complaining how they took Luke Skywalker and made it from this guy that was nothing, a farm boy who helps the rebellion, blows up the Death Star, and gives hope back to the galaxy, and now he's sucking on a teat of a sea cow. But no one complains. I can see that. I can see how he bought into the idea that he was the great Luke Skywalker and he failed. That's bull. This guy couldn't kill the guy that went out there and destroyed most of the Jedi and the universe, but he somehow lost faith. You know how ignorant that sounds? So, again, this is the creator of Star Wars. As much as we want to think that Star Wars is ours, it is not. It is his. He made it. He understands it. He does it. I get it. You're pissed off because, and I am, Rey has the Millennium Falcon. I can't stand that idea. But it is what it is. Didn't stop me from buying a Millennium Falcon, though. I still got it. It's sitting right there. Okay? So you're going to have to take the good with the bad with certain things. It is no longer his property. It is Disney's property. Disney's going to do what it wants. You can shit on it if it's dirty. And I mean, if it's stupid, you can shit on it. And if you like it, you like it. But respect each other about it. And don't believe these people that keep telling you all this crap about, this is what he's saying. No. Make up your own mind. Make up your own mind. You may not even like this podcast about what we're telling you. Make up your own mind. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Listen to the interview. Dakar was right. Sit down. Listen to the interview. Go to it where it's just him talking and not somebody giving you commentary on it and trying to adjust your way of thinking. And for God's sakes, understand, if you do like Star Wars and you're a fan of Star Wars, you want them to make more Star Wars. You want them to do certain things. If you've noticed, they stopped selling most of the sequel trilogy stuff. They're moving in a direction. Rumor has it that they're trying to do the Old Republic, but they're hoping that the Acolytes starts this great big thing where they can kind of do this High Republic era instead. I personally don't think it's going to work. I think everybody's too interested in the Old Republic stuff. Revan, Darth Bane, all that stuff. We're dying for something different than the Skywalker saga. And, but if we keep shitting on it, they may take us into a different direction where none of us wanted to go. So understand me when I tell you, check out the interview. George Lucas is not saying that Dave Filoni does not know what Star Wars is. Obviously, we know there's a problem in Star Wars. We know that virtual signaling and pushing out, keywords and phrases of people's sexuality is not the way to go. And I think the Alkalite would have met more praise if they just stopped doing this. It's about our struggles as non-binary and gay people. We need to push that to the. You don't even have to do that. Let the story tell itself. If you keep coming out here pushing this and shoving it in people's face, Star Trek never did it. They never did that. They never shoved it in your face. They told you a story, and then if you, I hate to say this, if you were smart enough, you got it. Some point it went over some people's heads. I get it. Star Trek is like a lot intellectual, and sometimes it goes over certain people's heads, but it's there. You do not have to beat people over the head with what you're trying to do. When you do that, you only create animosity towards people, and people look the other way. If you just come out and say, I think you're going to love this story, it's going to be very interesting. We took some brave new steps. We took some new direction with it. I think you guys will like it. And let the film speak for itself. That's all you got to do.
See, I like that. I like that. Brave new steps. I don't think I'd be hating on as much crap if that's what they said.
You gotta market it right, man. You just can't come out and start, saying the same stuff that you've been saying. And I hate to say it like that. I mean, I don't like the soft martial arts stuff. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But it could be cool. It could be cool. I don't know. I can't wait to see it. I'm not going to be staying up at 3 a.m, but they're not doing that anyway. Alkalite will be at prime time. I think it's going to be at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for us. So 8 o'clock your time, Dakar.
Yep.
We'll all get to watch it at the same time, which will be great. From that point on, we'll make our opinions known.
Definitely.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That's all I can say. But I'm not going to sit here and trash it because I haven't seen it. So I can trash what I've seen. I can trash what I've heard. But I'm not going to do that because the scenes I saw didn't seem too bad to me. Again, I know certain people were saying, hey, did you notice that there were certain people that weren't there? White males weren't there. Okay, I get it. I get it. But you're not directing it. That's all I can tell you. You're not directing it. I'm pretty sure one or two will show up somewhere along the line. You know what I mean? I don't think they're going to exclude all white males from your show. So calm down. You'll find somebody there. There'll be somebody there that looks like you and you can relate to. I'm pretty sure. That's all I can tell you. I'm looking forward to the Wookiee. I've never seen a Wookiee Jedi before. You know what I'm saying? And may I say that I'm partial to blue and green women, especially with head tails. I'm the Captain Kirk of the Mandalorian. I like my, you know what I mean? That's just my thing. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Aliens, green and blue aliens do something for me. I don't know what it is, man. I'm sorry.
You're the deputy today, so I'm going to just start referring to that as, all right, number 2. Now you sound like Riker. Hit anything with a
You know what I mean? I just, and now you're going to throw a lightsaber in one of those hands? I'm like, okay, I'm good. Let's go. But that's all we're trying to say, guys. Give it a chance, please. Give it a chance, please, because, again, we need some Star Wars. We need better Star Wars. I agree completely with you guys. But to just shit on it for shitting on its sake is wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Look at the George Lucas interview. Now, he definitely did not pull punches. He tried to be as diplomatic as possible. when he said what he said, which was they don't know Star Wars like he does. They lost a lot of what he would have had in it. You know what I mean? Those are his words, not my words, not Doomcock's words. Those are his words. So,
He gave them pretty much. He gave them good chunks of manuscript that they went away from.
was
Okay,
it
no.
all three treatments for all three movies?
Mm-hmm.
All three treatments for the sequel trilogy, and they tossed it out. Iger's book says that they tossed it out.
Yes.
You know,
No, he talked about in this that I really liked, because there's a lot of people that go, "Oh, Ray is the first strong female lead." George said it himself. What the hell about Princess Leia?
exactly.
Rebellion. She took a kid that didn't know nothing and a guy that thought he knew everything, and she led the clowns. Those are his words. She
Come on.
led the clowns.
Oh no, yeah. Not only that, but do you remember the first time? Did you see Princess Leia and Darth Vader comes on, and you knew from the moment Darth Vader steps on the scene, you know he's a total badass. She's snapping at him. She's like this little chihuahua talking to this Great Dane. You know what I mean? Just snapping and barking at him, and I'm like, she's got some balls. You know, the Clone Wars, they gave us Ahsoka, and I could not stand Ahsoka. There was just something about her I could not stand. And as I kept watching and I watched her grow, she became a favorite of mine. And you know, I don't know why the show Ahsoka. Well, I do know why it got. I understand why it got hate, but I like Ahsoka. I'll still watch because I want to see Ahsoka. I was kind of a Sabine fan, but after watching her on Ahsoka, I'm not so much of a Sabine fan anymore. I really don't care for the character that much because I don't like the way her character is going. I still love Ahsoka. You know what I mean? Um, Ray was just poorly written, and I'm sorry to say it. I'll be the first one to keep saying it. She was just poorly written. Daisy Ridley is a beautiful actress. When she smiles, it lights up, and there's something about her that just screams, you know, um, I'm here. Hi, I'm here. Um, Her character Ray, on the other hand, I'm sorry, it's just poorly written. It's just a poorly written character. And George was right. Princess Leia, Queen Amidala, uh, Ahsoka, uh, Ventress, Asajj Ventress. Her character arc from Bad Batch, she was bad. You know what I mean? She was a badass. And I'm sitting there watching her. I remember when she was the little bald-headed little freak running around talking about she was Sith and all this other stuff. And to see her come back in the Bad Batch was amazing. So again, all this other stuff that they're trying to push out and give to us, stop the rhetoric, stop your talking points, just show me. Don't say anything. Just produce your film, produce your show, and show me. Supposedly, The Acolyte has already been season 2 and 3 and all that's been canceled, unless it becomes this smash runaway hit, which, if you believe the down votes, is not going to be. But again, you never know. You never know. You know, you never know.
Sake. And when I say our sake, I mean Star Wars fans' sake. I hope the Acolyte does absolutely fabulous. I really do. I hope it knocks everybody for a loop because I want Star Wars content. Good, bad, or indifferent. I want Star Wars content. I'm hoping like hell everything is works out for this show. I really do. We've already hit on it. Andor. Eh, I didn't finish it. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't finish it. I couldn't. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Great fight scenes. Couple things in there that were really, really damn good. Last season of Mandalorian. You had 10 minutes of show that was excellent, 5 minutes show that was excellent.
Yeah.
Have a couple episodes that were just absolutely phenomenal. The last few episodes, okay. Watching Paz Vizsla go out in blaze of glory, watching all this happen, fabulous. There was a lot of really, really good stuff to come out of the Mandalorian this past season, and some people are having a hard time getting past Christopher Lloyd. We had Sweeps Week. We had Sweeps Week from the 80s. That's what we were doing. We had fucking Sweeps Weeks. We had really well-known stars coming in and going, "Wee, now I'm part of the universe." No, you're not. You took me way out of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And then they give me 10 minutes or 5 minutes of really, really good action and what I look for, especially with the Mandalorian. That's where we're at. I want to see the good. I'm hoping it does good because I want the content. Maybe I'm crazy. Could be.
No, you're not crazy. It's just that as fans, that's something that we would I would really want to see. I just want to see something else, though. I'm tired of the Skywalker saga. I want to go back. I mean, I play Star Wars: The Old Republic online. Go back to that era because there's so much you can do with it. I mean, there's that commercial. I mean, trailer for it when the game first came out. Now the game's been out, I don't know, 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
The guy comes in with a Twi'lek, and there's a Shae Vizsla, Mandalorian, helping him break into the Jedi hangar bay, and all of a sudden the ship comes in, and there all these red lightsabers light up, and they come running out, and the Jedi come running out, and they, you know what I mean? Epic stuff. You just don't have to do that. But I think though, you wanting to change the way the Force is looked at and all this stuff, you need that alone. It's already been established. Go with the established. Go tweak some stuff here and there. Have a Force user question how he looks at it, and then they go on this journey of self-discovery or whatever it is. But you don't change how something is, the canon of something, which Disney already has a problem with to begin with because they dumped. I don't know. I think at the time, because Disney's done had it, for 10 years now, 10, 14 years now. They've dumped about all of the EU canon, and then now they want to cherry pick what's good at it, Dave Filoni. And let's just say that Jon Favreau, he put Star Wars back on the map with The Mandalorian. He put Star Wars back up on the map. And now he's leaving. He's going to do the Mandalorian movie, and then he's gone. And if Kathleen Kennedy stays in power and does what she wants to do, we're going to continue to get this. What we have to wait and see how things go. Because eventually somebody's going to say, we're not making any money here. Can we change the way this is going? Somebody else has to understand this. The bottom line is money, period. You can keep doing whatever you're doing up to a certain point, but the bottom line is money. The moment that they stop making money, that's when they'll take note.
Yeah, and that's the only time they're going to take note
Yeah,
because that's what Uncle George said. It's all about the money,
yeah. I
and
mean, it's
it was never about the money with him. That man was an independent filmmaker when he did these.
yeah.
This wasn't Universal Studios. This wasn't MGM Grand. This was Lucas and LucasArts, Lucasfilms. He did this. This wasn't major productions. This wasn't Disney. This was George. He pulled the money out. He's the one that did this. That's why when we say this is his world, it's literally his world. He wrote it, he directed it, he ran it. Nobody is ever going to understand the Force or Star Wars the way that George does. None of us. Because it's all in his head. It's his. Dude, have we gotten to go along for one hell of a good ride? Yeah, we've had a good ride. I
uh,
mean, from the original trilogy, the prequels. After watching the sequels, the prequels. Phenomenal. Are there parts of Disney Star Wars trilogy that are good? Yes, there are. There's some scenes in there that just okay, they're fabulous scenes. I'll try to look for the good in it. There's some scenes that are absolutely great. Seeing Yoda come back as Force Ghost, that was awesome. You know, there was a lot there that was fantastic.
well,
Seeing Leia go out the way that she did, still in charge and leading the rebellion, fabulous. Couldn't have asked for a better outing for her.
until that Mary Poppins.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is this.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this is the other stuff that I'm talking about. This is how you know, and this kills me. Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy says a lot of women in Star Wars struggle with fan attacks because the fan base being so male dominated. I stopped sharing that because this is my problem. Now they're going to come out and they're going to say that, they're going to attack Kathleen Kennedy on this. And I mean, she's put her foot in her mouth more than once. There we have nothing to base any of this on. We're having to come up with these storylines, and I'm like, wait a minute, you've got video games, books, magazines. What do you mean there's no? You threw all of it away, and then you come out and say that. Then she comes out and she says, being attacked because male dominated, like all men hate what they're doing. All men do not hate what they're doing. Most of us hate that it's poorly written. I think that's the thing that she's failing to see. It's crap. It's not because of a strong woman. And I've heard a few actresses, or if they want to be called actors now, say that as soon as they pick up a script and they see that she's a strong woman, they reject the part because that's crap. And you don't have to be overbearing and mannish to be a strong female lead. Um, it's just that these characters that they're producing are poorly written. Maybe the Acolyte might change that. Um, they have the star who played Trinity. She was also in Daredevil, I think.
Yep.
I think she was in Daredevil and a couple of the other shows. Um, she might be that strong lead that we're looking for. I don't know. But I do know that there's a lot of hate. Guys, we got to, don't fall into this stuff because they clickbait you with, they hate the fans, and I'm telling you they don't like us, and da 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 da. You know what I mean? Make up your own mind. Uh, Hopefully, Dakar and I. Well, unfortunately, we will be back because the Acolyte comes out next week,
Yep.
so we got no choice but to be back. We got
Now
no
you know
choice.
I'll be watching that because it comes out on a Wednesday, so I will be watching it when I come home from work on a Wednesday at 10 o'clock at night, just to be able to go, okay, Calvis, I watched it. Let's talk about it. Let's go.
Well, I'll wait. I'll wait for you. We can watch it together. 'Cause I'm just saying. I'm in
Okay.
no rush to to what I mean, to see it. Um, I want to see it because again, we do a show on these things, but I'm in no rush to like I was for the Mandalorian, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm there. You know, I have to see my Mandalorian. Um, I think so.
See, I'm not saying I'm in a rush for it, but I really want to see this first episode. I really do. I
I think
want
they
to see
give us two
it.
episodes. They give us 2 episodes in the beginning, so it should be pretty good. I mean, at least Star Wars content wise. I mean, Andor was like that. The first 2 episodes of Andor. I was excited. Remember, I was like, "Oh, did you see that ship? Oh, did you see this? I love the droid. I love the way he killed the guy in the alley. I thought this was going to be grit and cool." And then it just went, you know what I mean? And the only thing that I could extract from it was Luther's ship, and Mon Mothma. Because that woman, when Luther says he gave up everything, we haven't seen that part yet. Mon Mothma, on the other hand, she's given up her family to start the rebellion. And I thought that was like, man, oh my God, what you're giving up. What you're giving up, you know. Mm. And like I said, I'd watch that more than I would Andor. Just give me Mon Mothma show. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but next week, Dakar and I will be back. We'll be back on Thursday. Oh, that is Acolyte. Yeah. We'll be back next week.
As always,
We'll be back next.
we've held y'all up long enough. So, we're going to say, may your bounties be plentiful and, just don't be one.